Hello, my name is Serley. This video presentation is going to be on chapter 5 of the book Destroyer of the Gods by Larry Hurtado. This will be used for the week 8 group discussion for NBST 800 New Testament background class. As the cross stands against a setting sun, it symbolizes the faith and transformation of early Christianity in the Roman world. This presentation explores the distinctiveness of early Christians communities amidst a Roman cultural norm. By examining social behavior, cultural dynamics, and ethical standards, we uncover the profound impact and unique identity of early Christianity within its historical context. Join us in exploring the rich heritage and foundational principles that shaped the early Christian movement in a diverse society. Early Christianity introduced a distinct new way to live, marked by a rigorous adherence to ethical behavior that sharply diverged from the prevailing norms of Roman society. While religious practices predominantly focus on ritualistic ceremonies aimed at appeasing gods through sacrifices, early Christians emphasized personal morality and ethical conduct as integral components of their religious devotions. Early Christians condemned Roman practices like infant exposure and gladiatorial contest, embracing a unique lifestyle that integrated moral conduct into daily life. Their focus on compassion, respect, and loyalty aimed to transform individuals and communal behavior. This ethical living was central to their identity, distinguishing them from distinguishing them as a community committed to values promoting well-being for all. By emphasizing moral conduct as intrinsic to religious commitment, early Christianity contrasted sharply with the Roman view of religion as primarily ritualistic and less concerned with everyday ethics. Roman era setting, often stereotyped as a period of decadence and moral decline, was instead characterized by a complex social fabric that upheld several commendable values. Contrary to popular depictions, ordinary Roman citizens likely endeavored to care for their families, adhered to principles of fair play, engaged in honest dealings, and valued justice. Generosity and self restraint were also esteemed virtues among the populace, reflecting a societal commitment to ethical behavior not unlike the best of our times. Visual depictions of daily Roman life reveal a civilization deeply engaged in maintaining familial bonds and community integrity. In the Roman era, infant exposure, abandoning unwanted newborns due to poverty, gender preference, or potential slavery was a common practice vividly depicted in documents like Hilarion letter. Infants were often left on trash heaps or in deserted areas, a norm largely unchallenged at the time. However, early Christians and Jews strongly condemned this practice, viewing it as morally wrong. Influenced by Jewish ethical tradition, Christian writings emphasized the intrinsic value of human life. Notable figures such as Philo of Alexandria, Flavius Josephus, based on their objections on divine law and natural ethics, Even pagan critics like Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus and historian Tacitus disapprove of infant exposure. Despite these denunciations, the persistence of this practice highlighted the significant ethical challenges early Christians faced in advocating for more compassionate society. Gladiatorial contests and violent public spectacles were major entertainment in the Roman era, featuring brutal combat, combat often leading to death. These events, including wild animal hunt and executions, drew large crowds and showcased imperial power, with emperors sponsoring games to reward victors and reinforce authority. Despite their popularity, early Christians strongly opposed these spectacles, seeing the bloodshed and cruelty as incompatible with their ethical and religious value. Emphasizing the sanctity of life and rejecting violence, Christians condemned these brutal entertainments. This moral stance highlighted their commitment to a more humane and compassionate way of life, setting them apart from broader Roman culture and underscoring their dedication to dignity and well being of all individuals. The theme, fitting in and being different, highlights early Christians' balance between social integration and maintaining distinct belief. Paul's guidance to the Corinthians exemplifies this, advising them to engage in societal activities like sharing meals with non believers while avoiding pagan rituals. This approach helped Christians integrate into communities while upholding their faith. The epistles to Diognetus further reflect this balance, showing Christians as active members of society who embrace local custom but rejected practices like infant exposure. This duality underscored their commitment to living faithfully while being socially connected and culturally distinct. Early Christianity distinguished itself by imposing rigorous behavioral expectations on its follower, making everyday conduct a key aspect of religious devotion. Early Christian communities and house churches exemplified these standards with Paul's epistles to the Thessalonians and Corinthians, providing a theological foundation for ethical behavior. These texts encourage believers to align their actions with their faith, showcasing transformative power to power of living out religious convictions. A central challenge was addressing the Roman double standard in sexual ethics. Early Christians emphasized the sanctity of marriage, advocating for fidelity and mutual respect, which contrasted sharply with the acceptance of extramarital affairs among Roman men. By prioritizing ethics informed by theological principles, early Christianity aimed to reshape moral landscape, demonstrating that adherence to ethical standards was testament to one's religious commitment. Reflecting on early Christianity's enduring impact reveals its profound influence on modern beliefs and ethics. Early Christian teachings emphasizing ethical behavior and condemning practices like infant exposure and violent spectacles still resonate today. This community's commitment to upholding moral values reshaped their era's ethical landscape, continue to inspire compassion, integrity, and respect in community society. The cross against a sunset backdrop symbolizes this lasting legacy of faith and transformation. Thank you for exploring how early Christianity's distinctive essence shaped the moral fabric that we value today. Thank you, and may God richly bless you.